Hey everyone, it's Prot again. I will be streaming today the part 12 of making the 4K intro. Today's stream will be in English, but I still can sometimes reply to messages in Russian. Сегодняшний стрим будет на английском. Но я буду все равно отвечать на вопросы, которые будут поступать на русском в чатике, если. Привет всем, кто смотрит записи. Hey everyone who's watching this in record form. Today's agenda is to continue with trying to reuse nwep tech for the 4K intro that I'm working on stream. Last time we made it work. So this is the tool from nwep showing the geometry for the work in progress intro. And we left with timeline and camera movements from nwep, which are not really that good for this intro. And today I'm going to edit the timeline to make it more consistent with what I want to use in this intro. But I also think that this timeline is actually not that great for the stuff that I want to make here, because the plan is to make an audio engine, a custom synthesizer for this intro, and reuse for timeline, reuse the events from the music synth. And this, I think I will be starting streaming the music stuff next week. Yeah, and also I think that today we'll try to pack this intro into small executable file. We will take the Visual Studio project for the nwep and basically reuse it for this intro as well. So to start off, so we see that for the first several seconds there are basically black screen, and I'm going to edit the timeline here. The idea behind timeline, and it's a bit broken, but it was what was used in nwep. The first column is the time, and time here is in music ticks. Basically 8 here means one music pattern, which is like the musical unit of I don't know the terminology in English for this, but anyway, maybe you get the idea. Sorry about that. Okay. Twitch dashboard keeps crashing the browser tab for some reason. Anyway, please let me know if there are any problems with the stream or audio quality or anything like that. I still have problems with audio here, so there's no music and no background music, and I can hear actually what I'm saying back to me. So okay, and the next columns are the value. This is technical stuff. Basically, it's a number of the first number is a number of columns, of value columns. You see that there are 9 here, and 16 is the something along the lines of pattern time resolution. So it expects 16 ticks within one pattern. No, so this actually I am a bit wrong here. So this first number is pattern number 8. Like this is the 7th pattern, and this is or maybe Actually, I don't remember. I think we'll can. This is not really that relevant right now. I just want to make some camera movements here, and whatever time this is, I think everything will be just works fine for that purpose. This is x coordinate of camera position. This is y. This is z. And this is the center. These three values is x, y, z for the camera center, the point, the point at which the camera looks. And these ones, I think this one was used for nwep as a size of the central red geometry. This is something along the lines of the field of view, but not quite. It's like inverse field of view. Basically, higher numbers give a more focused, like less field of view, less angle. And this number is the focus distance for depth of field effect. So if we like put here something like 5, 5, and 5, we'll see something like this. And we can try to like, okay, we'll fly from 5 to -5 on x and stay on the same position for all other. We can try to figure out what time it will take for camera to move, and it takes a lot of time. So and I think that the geometry here is at some height from floor, and here we also need to make it, now it's like 2 or something. Yep. Okay, to figure out what the I'm trying to figure out like to make to feel what it feels like, to what these numbers feels like. Interestingly enough, I don't think that we can do anything interesting with camera right now. I just want to avoid like black screens or something like that. Let's just, this is really slow and doesn't make sense, and this is really fast and doesn't make sense either. And this one. Okay, so I really want to avoid negative y's. I think this like lowest that I can go without breaking anything. I also can modulate this value here is really unused in this intro. I can reuse it for modulating the... Okay, I really don't like this artifact here, so let us fix that. Trace. And this is basically because we have a limit on ray depth, and I think, yeah. But maybe I just want to make this scene smaller. Alternative bounds. Where are the bounds? Okay, 20. 20 actually means that it's 40 by 40 because it's twice the size here. And now we are out of bounds. And now it feels like really closed space, which is I'm not sure that I really want to. Okay, yeah, and all the light sources are also out of bounds, so we have only the white light here on top. This feels really claustrophobic, and I'm not sure that this is what I want this intro to look like. Maybe I should, yeah, make it large again, and yeah. I also don't think that I really want walls here. Okay, I will have to think about that. It's not important at this point. And I also don't really want it to look at anything beside the geometry here. So looking at 0 doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Well, this is also some really weird zeros here. What? What? Ah, -5, okay. This camera movement don't make any like artistic sense. I just want it to look like something at all. Okay, you need to be a little bit further away. What? And you too. Hey, wow, no. Well, this movement's not make any sense, okay. Sure. I don't think that I have a good idea on how I want camera to move at this scene right now, because this will be highly synced to audio, and which like I have some ideas about the audio and music and synth and everything. What I want it to sound like, and how the scenes should be made. But I think it will still like what it will be surprise to me, and this will greatly affect how I want to a camera to move here. So okay, I think this basically leaves there are no like black screens here, and this is good enough at this point. Well, there's some black stuff here because, well, yeah. Yeah, let's finish this part. Okay, look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it. Why do you have to look so high? What is this? What? What the hell? I'm not sure what's going on here. Also, I think I will be making a visual editor for the timeline because I really will need that for music, because editing this stuff for music is not, like, it's not convenient right now, but for music it will be like another league of inconvenient. Okay, I think this, yeah, okay, I leave it at that. So this and committed here, and we'll so we edited this and a lot of that and fixed the size, and yeah, move it, not remove, I fixed. Annoying glitches, some, and how, like, git push or something. Okay. Yep. And here we go. Okay, we have it here, and I think, okay, so this is basically the first part is done. We edited timeline and removed the annoying glitches, and now we'll try to reuse the Visual Studio project for this intro. So we need this, not this. This, and this, and this, and this, and this. Oh, yeah, there's a lot more files here. And this one too, and this one, and this, no, not this one. This one we have here. And these ones too. And I will need to copy it here. Copy, yeah. Okay, and well, I will need these two, because basically we have no C sources for this intro. And now I will need to rip out the music part, because we have no music here, like for clan stuff. Oh, okay, it has loaded. Please let me know if you can see anything here, and you have, like, for some reason I don't see any chat comments. If you have like, is there any issue with chat? I don't see any messages. Maybe like this stream is really boring and no one watches, but anyway. Okay. So what I need to do here, note that I didn't привет, JR. Вимку. Вимка была вот в этой вкладке. Сейчас будет проект. Сейчас экзешник будем получать. So, what? Yeah, these are absent because they will be auto-generated from the GLSL sources by shader magnifier. And this one I will need to rip out all the music stuff that I have here because, well, there isn't any. Max samples was like, I think we had something here. For the tool. No. Yeah, I auto. Okay, let's look at what this looks like in Forkland. Well, okay, I will just this whole part here because, well, this is what I need. And then there will be, okay, you are really missing these files because they're not there. Basically, let's try to compile it. Okay, you have what's wrong with you? Oh, I see. Basically, it expects the ray march, but there are no ray march. This is like trace. You don't. Oh, crap. Can I like replace these? I think the easiest solution here would be to rename the trace GLSL to ray march. Whatever. And let's try to build it again. And yeah, and you failed at what? What? What the hell? Why are you having troubles with this? Ah, I see. So you're like, what was the macros here? Um, I don't remember the name for the like how the current target is named, like debug versus release. This is a bit embarrassing. No. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Configuration. Okay, configuration that is. So let's go here and here. That should work, I think. No? Why? Okay, let's do it like this. Firehair пишет, у тебя настройки на русском языке, братан, палишься. Я еще в начале стрима говорил, что стрим будет и на русском, и на английском. Я делаю стримы на русском и на английском, этот на английском. Но я отвечаю на вопросы на русском, так что вот. Так, а почему он? Why? So, what? Okay, I was editing like I need to do it like this. Yeah. And this one was something different. Yeah. Okay, so now I think it should work. No? So you don't like the configuration here, right? Maybe that's like how you expect it to work? Yeah. I have no idea how this works. Like why some of these are percent and some of these are dollars. I have no idea. Okay, this now doesn't like. Yeah, we should like get rid of sound. There's no sound. Yeah, and you don't need the sound. Yeah, these no. This is not participating build. Okay. And we have a shader error. That's interesting. That is really unexpected. Like the post-processing shader is the same as in web, like it's the same, and this one is new, and this one is having some troubles with compilation. Okay, this looks right. So basically the error is somewhere before that. Hi, telephone. I hope I pronounced this right. Twitch dashboard keeps crashing. Okay. Let's look at the error again. You don't like valid operands too. You don't like something with the multiplication, and you don't want me to know what exactly. What is this? Oh, okay, this is the rename function, right? I think I understand what might be the problem. I'm new to the scene. Do you think Shader Toy is a good place to start? Shader Toy is a great place to start. There's a lot of examples and a lot of comments and nice community. Like you can ask questions and then we'll reply to you. But this only the part of what you need to know for doing any real-time PC high-end graphics stuff in real time. And this basically Shader Toy is only about like shader techniques, and most of them are like ray marching, and but this is a huge part of demo scene. But you need there's a lot of knowledge that isn't on Shader Toy, but generally, yeah, Shader Toy is a great place to start. Okay, let's like inject some line breaks to figure out where they are happening. Like maybe okay. Ависон 238 спрашивает, что такое интро? Интро — это маленькая программа, характерные размеры 1, 2, 4, 8, 64 килобайта. Ну, то есть экзофайл, вот конкретно здесь я делаю экзофайл размером меньше 4000 байт, который синтезирует в реальном времени музыку, видео, ну, то есть 3D-графику какую-то рисует и так далее. Это, в общем, вот демосцена, там такое субкультура, где люди выпендриваются такими штуками, соревнуются друг с другом, выигрывают всякое. Вот. Ну, так, очень кратко, если. Let's try this again. And the error is on line number 5. So this is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, yeah, I skipped a couple of line breaks here. So, okay. This is like 1, yeah, right? So let's like break something and see what looks like. It's 1 based, okay. This is 2, line 2. This is line 3. This is line 4. This is line 5, right? And so if I like enter something incomprehensible here, I get an error on line 5, right? Yeah, this is line 5. Okay, so error is somewhere between these lines. If I discovered your YouTube channel a couple of days ago, I'm also planning to watch all your YouTube VODs. Hope to learn something new from them. Thanks, Thelophan. The only like problem here is like 60 or 70% of my YouTube videos are in Russian. this is actually like a problem for me because I want to make content for English speaking people, and I also want to make content for Russian speaking people, and doing any like post processing, like translating like subtitles and translating subtitles is too much work for me. And this leaves me in this schizophrenic position of doing like half of the video in Russian and half. Okay, you speak Russian. Great. Uh, okay, okay. Um, that's nice. So like, 7. Григорий Николаев спрашивает, о чем спикает этот гайджин? その外人は英語でデモシーンをlike 4キロバイトイントロを作りますこのストリームで。今ロシア語で英語でだけ話すことができる。でも日本語も勉強したいのです。Я здесь рассказываю про демосцену, делаю 4К интро на... Смысл такой, что я делаю маленькую программу, которая будет синтезировать видео и музыку. Пока вот я работаю с видеочастью, и пока я переношу, встраиваю ее в студийный проект, который ее сожмет в маленький размер. И конкретно сейчас проблема с тем, что шейдер не собирается сжатый. Я пытаюсь выяснить, почему. So the error is on line 7. And line 7 is this, and you don't like F for some reason, or S, or what? Like, what is F here? So you have a const float F and X. I'm not sure where these come from. This looks like yeah, this is this function. F and X. Okay, let's break the scrap a little bit here. And да, дело в том, что пытаюсь и на английском тоже рассказывать, вот, поэтому, да. Я думаю, примерно можно понять, что происходит, даже если не понимать английский. I forgot to figure out what's wrong here. Error on line 8, so you don't like this. And what is S here? S here is... it's time. Okay, so I am... let's try this. So I think what's going on here is shader minifier making a mistake of mixing the time variable here. So S is probably something else. Well, okay, I need to fix this. What is S here? Because like this S comes from another scope. So this S is defined on this line, and this should come from global scope, and this is actually V. I need to do this. Hopefully this will work. Ложно спрашивает, какой смысл в этих демо-сценах? Проявить свой скилл и напрячь голову или заработать денег? Денег на этом не заработаешь. Okay, so the question is, what's the point behind demo scene? Like, why do we do this stuff? Like, the first reason is because it's fun. Like, it's really fun to do something like this, and like it's also fun to watch people who are like really new to this, and like how is it even possible that a program of like 4 kilobytes can do this at all, like generate landscapes and we have music or have really complicated scenes or like do some photorealistic graphics or whatever. Like this is really fun to like look at people and watch their reaction. And although like it's fun to compare yourself to others and to like compete with others and to like be aware that other although you know how it's made, you can still be amazed at what people can achieve. And well, even if you like win demo parties, there are not that much in terms of like prizes. So you can win like top of the line hardware there, but it's not. Basically, people who do this stuff, they are so good at their job usually, so they don't actually like. It's not worth their time economically speaking, because the like prizes won't they don't cost that much as people the participants could earn by spending their time on something more like valuable for what people pay money. But it's still like a lot of fun to do. Like this is a hobby basically. And yeah, a lot of people who come from demo scene, this used to be more like a hobby for young people, like high school something, in 80s and maybe 90s, and a lot of people who were in demo scene turned out to be like great programmers, and they work now in all kinds of industries, like not necessarily game dev stuff, but all kinds of things. Like there are compiler and GPU architects from demo scene, like something like that. So we have a new error here, which is on line 2. You don't like what? You already compiled something on line 2, right? And you don't like something Z on line. What is the? Okay, so you use, what is this? What is this? How did it end up here? So I think this shader really breaks shader minifier. Болт 212 спрашивает: Иван, я тут над движком работаю своим C# плюс OpenTK, уже кучу библиотек перепробовал, постоянные рефакторинги меня убивают, проект для души, но хочется, чтобы картинка и остальные аспекты были достойные. В Гугле мнения расходятся, не мог бы ты подсказать стек адекватных библиотек, которые сейчас принято юзать? Сложный вопрос. Тут какое дело? Он сложный в смысле для меня, у меня недостаточно знаний. Для меня это хобби, и у меня есть тенденция к использованию всего голенького. То есть я не люблю использовать сторонние библиотеки, пока не использование их не начинает приносить боль, да, pain-driven development, да, то есть не надо делать что-то, пока отсутствие этого не начинает приносить боль. И мне хватает вот там голый OpenGL, без никто. Поэтому я прям не знаю. То есть есть библиотеки, распространенные для OpenGL, там типа GLFV, Glue, еще какие-то были, там SDL, например, для инициализации. Ну вот, если хочется, то есть вопрос здесь такой, если хочется делать свой движок, не надо использовать никакие, наверное, библиотеки. То есть просто, ну, там, окей, для рендеринга шрифтов, может быть, для загрузки там джпегов, PNG-шек, еще что-нибудь, эти самые STB можно использовать. А в остальном, наверное, на всем голом надо делать. Если хочется делать игры, а не движок, то есть это вот делать движок и делать игры, это сильно разные вещи, да, то есть либо одно, либо другое. Если делать игры, то там, наверное, имеет смысл брать все-таки готовые движки и фокусироваться на том, что делать игры. Но это так, офф-топиком немножко. Следующий вопрос. Razorus writes, are you going to spend a lot of time in that code in quotes? Is that shader code? Can you take a few minutes to add in a preprocessor to add the codes for you so the IDE can understand the code? I must like I told this on streams before, but the thing is that this quoted code is actually an output of the tool that is called shader minifier. So basically this shader source is this file. It's a lot more readable. Disregard the comments. It's like this is work in progress stuff. And this is a lot more readable and it's not unobfuscated. This is basically what I'm working on. And this stuff is used to make a really compact shader that will be compressed by the Crinkler tool. So it is it's obfuscated and it's like its purpose not to be editable at all. And why I'm editing here right now, it's because the shader minifier for some reason for this particular shader generates a broken code that can be compiled, and I'm trying to figure out why it is so, basically. Григорий Николаев пишет, давно хотел спросить, зачем вам Visual Studio под Linux, особенно учитывая, что вы работаете в Vim. Потому что интро будет под винду, то есть целевая платформа винда, и то есть это виртуалочка с виндой. Только и всего. То есть это конкретно тулчейн для получения конечного результата, который будет там показан на демопате. Здесь разработка идет. Rather, so I understand now. Thanks. No problem. I'm glad to explain things. Okay, so what I see here is like this Z stuff is not should be here at all because I don't have anything named Z. Like why? This is really okay. ADP. Oh, I see. This one. No. What? What? Логина спрашивает, как ты можешь кодить и отвлекаться на обсуждение и ответы на вопросы? Мысли сбиваются. Первые несколько стримов было очень трудно, сейчас стало полегче. So the question was in Russian, how do I keep up with coding and reading questions and answering them? This basically will mess up with your head and like may derail your thoughts, and well, it does, and it's really hard. And I for the first several streams it was really hard to do, and basically even after like 40 minutes or an hour of streaming, I was like all exhausted and sweaty and all that. Now it's easier. It's like a acquired skill or something. But I still I still have to spend a few seconds to like switch the mode from reading questions and doing coding again. Я даже с музыкой начинаю залипать и сбиваться с мысли, а тут еще болтать. Even music like makes thoughts stutter. Лайфхак здесь это вот я слушаю музыку, в которой нет слов, то есть, ну, такая электронщина, драмчик хорошо идет под работу. Я не слушаю драм в нормальной жизни, то есть, ну, вот как-то не заходит, а под работу идет очень хорошо. So the idea here is to listen to music that doesn't have any words, and I really like to work like listening to drum and bass. I don't listen it in like usually I don't listen to it, but it's really good for work for some reason for me. Okay, so I see. Yeah. The problem here is what's really messing up the shader minifier is variable names. Uh, basically, there's a collision between this one, this P here, and P on the line. No, I mistake. On this line. So, and this really messes up with shader minifier. I really should like these ones are not renamed by shader minifier because I told it so. And yeah. Let's fix it. So it should be something like whatever. And we also had a similar mistake here. Where the first one here is this one. Also, it messed up. Shader minifier isn't that great at understanding variable scopes, it seems. Like, this is tricky. And I think so. This one. Yeah. Okay, not that obviously. Great. So, and the shader works, yeah. What have I done? I should have done it here. Okay. Yep. Fix shader variable names that confuse shader minifier and basically what? Okay, so now we'll need to Not this one. This one. Okay. And it will rewrite everything that we have done so far. Yeah? No? Why? Okay. So for some reason it won't rebuild this file. I will okay, I will delete it then. No, this wasn't the reason. The reason is because this file has another name. Yeah. Remarch GLSL and yeah. Yeah, it was being regenerated and no. So it would still seem that what is this? Where did you get this from? For some reason, this shader really messes up with. Okay, this is not. Okay, let's edit here. Okay, there's no. Let's figure out what's wrong here. Okay, what is Z? Like what else? No. This is not what I meant. Where did you get it? Like, is there anything named Z? This one. And this one. What is this code? This is something that is really commented out, and you, yeah, it doesn't understand these comments. It's things that, like, okay, let's not mess with it. This and this one maybe, and this one is, yep. Okay, let's try it again. And it works, yeah. Great. Okay, so at this point we can pick the release fast and try this will not work. Why? Because does anyone know if there's a way to if there's a way to tell that this project really depends on this exactly this configuration of this project, because I have no idea. Project dependencies. Yeah, project dependencies. This base. Okay. A telephone. I wonder why all people use float instead of double when coding intros. I mean, isn't using double considered a better breaker practice in general? Does it have something to do with the size of the executable? For example, shader toy also uses only float. Shader toy is like what do you mean by shader toy? Like when you write shader toy in shaders, there are only floats, there are no doubles. I don't believe there are doubles in WebGL standard, there are no doubles in OpenGL. Basically, in OpenGL you have really limited, like you're very constrained by mobile GPUs here. That is the context of OpenGL, and you even like advised against using like high precision floats, and if you can do like medium precision or low precision, basically like 16 bits or even lower, and sometimes it's like this is what you should use. Even on high-end desktop OpenGL stuff, double precision for computation is a thing that is relatively new, and not really mainstream. Like this is the point that Unigine developers from Tomsk are really like advertising that, so that their engine uses double precision under the hood, so they can render like planetary scale meshes without any like floating point issues. In the context of small intros, the idea is to like usually a float precision is enough, like in context of like general development and game development and graphics. Float is basically enough for graphic stuff usually. Sometimes it's not, but usually it is. Like precision is fine, and like it, if you look at SSE extensions, there are a lot of operations on like packed floats, but not packed doubles. I think like I haven't looked at the extension for a few years, and I don't know what's like. I suspect that there are a lot of double stuff right now there, but it used to be not like that like 10 15 years ago. It's only packed floats, and this is basically why you use floats, and usually it works faster. Interestingly enough, if you use old FPU code like x87, the registers themselves are 80 bits, so they have even higher precision than doubles, which are like 64 bits, and it was the case like since early 80s. Well, it like the scope is really like big. It's not clear what you mean by like why do you use floats instead of doubles. Like the float here for music, for example, it's like what is supported by operating system to output sounds, and there's really no meaning in using anything like even here floats are mostly for convenience. It's easier to compute in floats, and if Windows can handle floats themselves, you can like just output floats. But usually for quality purposes, I think like even 16 bits are like too high. Like for human ear, like something like 12 or 14 bits would be just fine. I'm like okay, see, I was taught in university that double is always better choice over float, the precision issue. So whenever I see floats, it triggers me. Okay, so this is from precision standpoint, doubles are immensely better than floats. This is for precision. This is true. So if you're not really careful with plots, you can like it's getting hard for me to explain this in English, but you should be really careful when using floats, because it is really easy to go into territory that like with artifacts and low precision, and like it's really easy to break floats. Like it takes only a few like matrix multiplications, so you and your precision starts to break, and like this is really easy to check. Like try to make a scene with a rotating mesh, and like construct a rotation matrix, and each frame multiply by make an animation by multiplying by this matrix. Don't try to like normalize this matrix afterwards. Like just keep a world matrix and the rotation matrix, and each frame multiply the world matrix by rotation matrix, and you will see how float precision starts to bite you after a few frames. It only takes like so much matrix multiplication, so the inaccuracies in float build up to visible results, and your mesh will explode basically. Yeah. But double have their downsides in both in terms of performance, like in storage space, and if you can get away with floats, you should you should use floats. But like even for what I know, that happens in science when people use computational models. I think there not happens with doubles too, or something like that. But well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember the details, but they are surely not are not happy with floats. Like what I know, like in area of computational quantum mechanics, they don't use GPUs. They didn't use GPUs a few years ago because they didn't have they GPUs didn't have double precision arithmetics, or it was really slow back then. So they couldn't use basically because floats are not enough for any reasonable computation. This really depends on context, basically. What I'm trying to say, like for the past 10 minutes. Okay, this has a really bad timing. Sorry. Sorry about that, had to open a door. Yeah, I was trying to fix this thing here. Can I make the one? Okay, let's do it this way. Debug. Capture, I didn't care about capture right now. Release fast. Release and release fast shader debug release. And debug is debug. Okay, so I really need debug here because, well, I don't need it right now. Anyway, I think I will fix this way. I will basically I will why I will return it to whatever it was. Basically, I don't know a way to access the time pack configuration for this point, and under the nwep target, which I really need to rename at some point. Now we need to. We have a lot of differently named configurations which map onto the one time pack configuration, and well, this, yeah, I don't care about this. No, not debug. Okay, debug works, I know that. Release fast. Okay, now it is working. And we have 2,600 bytes for this intro at the moment. This is what the fast building fast. Yeah, basically it's it didn't even try to pack it well. Now I'm making a release build which will take a few minutes, and it should be like few hundred bytes smaller. And now I will try to, I don't think that name nwep is appropriate for this intro because it's another intro. I will try to look at what I will need to change in order to change the name. I will need this, and let's try rep. DM244 спрашивает, компиляция в несколько минут. Да. Okay, you seem to understand English, right? So basically the compilation of the compilation is like a few milliseconds, but linking it with compression takes a really long time because it's sprinkler and it's some kind of arithmetic coding compression, which is not fast by itself, but also it's trying a really huge it's trying to traverse a really huge decision space in order to figure out the best parameters for it to compress it. It takes a lot of time. Like this is like doing something, some compression magic. Telephone writes, another annoying thing for me is shader choice that you cannot write x divided by 2, where x is a float. You need to write x divided by 2.0. Yeah, this is GLSL standard, and it really used to bite people because like NVIDIA, the story is NVIDIA's GLSL compiler was based on CG compiler, which didn't have this restriction, and basically they like from GLSL standard point reference is 2 and 2 dot are different types. It's integer and float, and in order to cast one to another, you have to cast it explicitly. But NVIDIA didn't implement that. They did the cast automatically, and like if when you have something that works on NVIDIA, it really it could easily break on any other GPUs because they implemented the GLSL spec more strictly, and a lot of like demos, games, and stuff like that used to break because of that. Because of shader toy, people started to write really more a standard code, and this is less of a problem now. ADM244 спрашивает, а зачем сжимать-то? So why do we even compress this? Because it's a demo scene. I'm trying to make a 4K intro. One important point of making a 4K intro is to compress it, because uncompressed they take like from 15 to 20 kilobytes usually. First, they say that GLSL is similar to C, and then they require you to write x divided by 2.2.0. Yeah, I don't actually know the rationale behind this. Maybe because like GLSL was like it's more than 10 years old, and GPUs back then weren't really that sophisticated, like from today's standpoint, and it made sense to make. I think this is like I'm trying to think about it, and maybe that was to make compilers simpler and more close to assembly, for which you like needed to like integer and floating points are really different types in like on the processor, and there are separate instruction to cast to one to another. Maybe something like that. Maybe it was like to avoid mistakes, like errors, or I don't know. I never read about that. I'm just trying to think. So the final here is 2500 bytes, and let's try to run it. It's yeah. Will it work? Okay, it works. It works. The low frame rate, because this is a VNC and this running in a I want to look at report, because I thought that like 2 kilobytes is too big for this one. This should be really simple. This is a lot of bytes. Like this is Let's look at the report. Okay, we still have a lot of garbage, and what is this? So 1 kilobyte is the shader, and the shader is, this is really like, why is it so huge? So we have this material section, and we have, yeah, physical based rendering is really it's big. It's relatively big, and this one we don't have anymore, and there's this object, and yeah, a lot of these are unused. We could remove them, and this is removed by shader minifier, and yeah. So I'm just trying to feel this intro, like to figure out how much space do I have and how things are built. Also, it would seem like this is not optimal, this code. I will figure. Now it's not a problem because we still have more than 1.5 kilobytes for the intro, and it's a lot of space because from now on it will grow. Well, we have 1 kilobyte of those 2 kilobytes is basically the OpenGL initialization, that the stuff that you cannot get rid of, you need it. So names like 70 bytes for function names, 8 bytes for the PFD, 12 bytes for screen settings, 18, and 100 bytes for the timeline, and this will go away, at least in this form. This will be in some other form, and I don't really like how it's packed, because for some reason it's not packing that well. Like, it's mostly blue and even red sometimes. This is not cool. This is garbage. And DLL names. And this we just seen. And these 200 bytes is post-processing. I will have to think about that. Okay, and the code. Compile 90 bytes for the paint function. Okay, this feels right. And entry 400 bytes for the initialization, which includes timeline and packing. Yeah, this is a bit function. So I have an idea how to make these things really small in assembly. Like, disregards this C stuff, we'll need to write some assembly. Like, the entire final intro, I think, will be wrote in assembly after all the shaders are done. Well, this will be at the size optimization stage. And I hope to make it at least a couple of 100 bytes smaller by that, because, well, this stuff is not necessary, and a lot of other stuff can be compressed, like made really smaller, I think. Well, I will have to do a lot of experiments there. I will do it on stream, yeah, sometime. maybe in a month, something like that. Basically, I'm targeting the assembly demo party, which will be in August, so we have 2 months for it to be finished. Okay, so right now, I think that I will start renaming these projects into something more like, I don't know how to call this intro. This is Yo24 as a working title because it's like 24th intro that I do. I think it's 24th. Well, I have released only 14 of them, I think, but there are a lot of stuff like that I haven't finished. Kyriakos and asked, do you upload your stream on YouTube? Yes, I do. I will share a link right now. Well, okay, I don't actually remember it here. Let me take it from... Well. I will share this link with you, and from there you can figure out the rest. Okay, so I will need to rename these things. This will be really boring. Like, maybe I should like start. I will. Will I reuse this really often? Because if I will reuse it, I should name it like something generic, like intro, and then anyway, let's rename it. And this I don't need. And this is really a boring part of the stream where I do nothing of interest. And I think we basically finished our agenda for today. So I will be now I will be just renaming things and pushing them on GitHub, and this is basically it for today. I'm just, for the sake of completeness, do it on stream, and yeah. I don't think that we will be doing any interesting graphics things today, but for the sake of like what we are doing, this is what it looks like. And this is test geometry and test camera movements, and we are not finished with the effects here. There will be one more thing that I want to make. Маруин, смотри, пишет: привет, чего не добавляешь в скайпе? Я не пользуюсь скайпом. And then I will need to edit these files by hand to like nwep. It's Yo24 now. These and probably this. Right. This one too. Do we have anything else to edit? Let's try it. this will be just too long. Like, I want to make sure that it can be compiled. What? Ah, yeah, I see. And yeah, basically it works. So now I will need to... This I don't need anymore, and this one I will need to add all those files. What? That's a lot of files. Okay. I will need to add a git ignore here. This is too messy. I will need to add these and these and these and these. These and these. $74, $75. Well, what am I doing? There was a nice user interface for that. Or is it like maybe it's not really nice? Wow. Nah, I don't like it. I don't like it. 83, of course. And props I will add, must add. Yeah, this looks like it. Okay. Yeah. What are we doing? Yeah. These, and probably I have to remove some file here. Did I have git ignore here? Yeah. I also want it here. And well, I obviously want to add a few things here. Where did I like yeah, and one more thing. Yeah, this looks like it. And this will be the address project, and Well, and that's basically it as this project. The size we had it was something like 250, and we can push it. Yeah, and that's it. This is now should be here. No. What did I push then? Okay. Yeah, this is here. Okay, so I think I'm done for today. Thank you for everyone who were watching, and I will be continue streaming next week, and I think I will start doing some music stuff and synthesizers and something like that. Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. See you.